Hey guys, Addict Cyclist here, just checking in from South Florida. It's been a few weeks, been very busy. 2 weeks ago I did a climbing ride in the Poconos to the Catskills. It's 150 miles in 2 days, about 12,000 feet of climbing or so. So I did that on the Factor Ostro, and then immediately rushed down here to South Florida, where I have a vacation home and this lovely Trek Madone, which is the beginning of the integrated aero bikes, right? So the Scott Foil, I would say, probably kicked off the whole aero bike concept, but Trek had really kind of took it from there when it came to the integration, the really deep tube shapes, the camel tail tube shapes. So I'm just going to kind of briefly walk through this bike. It's been a while since I talked about it. It's been a few months since I've been down here. And yeah, so basically you're looking at a Trek Madone 9 2016 in Miami green and black, matte black. I built this frame set up from a friend and teammate of mine. Cost me literally $1,200 to build this bike, as you see it. I already had the wheels, which is the Roval CLX 64 wheels and rim brake. Extremely light wheels, but between the frame set and the group set, and I didn't want to go crazy on the group set, right? So I only come down to Florida maybe every couple months to ride down here and spend time with the family. So I just went with Shimano 105 R7000, and we'll kind of briefly walk through the bike here. So starting over at the front, you can clearly see that Trek nailed it when it comes to complete integration. This is probably one of the hardest and pain in the ass bikes to work on, but they definitely nailed it. You can see the proprietary brakes here. These brakes are absolutely atrocious, but once you get them dialed in, you kind of set it and forget it. You do not want to play with any of these setting screws. They completely get destroyed. It's really like a Y brake, right? So there's a cable that runs here, and there's a Y shaped, kind of like the old cantilevers, and then it pulls. Obviously here you can see there, I got it pretty even. And it also has these flaps here, which also hide the Y-shaped mechanism here. But these bars are amazing. Pretty cool looking at the first fully integrated aero bike. Let's just start at the front here. We got 25 mil Continental GP 5000s with some Silka latex tubes. Got the Roval hubs. Ceramic speed bearings in them, comes stock. You can see that deep shaped camel tail. Got a 5236 front rings. This is a very comfortable bike. It's got the ISO speed in here, which is basically like a small pivot with an elastomer that allows the seat tube to slightly flex. Very comfortable bike. Coming down to the bottom, got some pretty chunky chain stays, just a regular Shimano R7000 mechanical derailleur. A diamond in the rough Ultegra 1123 cassette. I think it's R6800 series. These are rare, so if you have one, hold on to it. This one's got very low miles on it, hence we're here in Florida, where I predominantly, it's predominantly flatter than New Jersey, but really nice to have this. I wouldn't mind having an extra one in Jersey for the flat hammer rides, but really good cassette, perfect gearing for South Florida here. Again, these wheels have the DT240 star ratchet internals with ceramic speed bearings. You can see that brake there. Pretty cool bike. I like it because it was the first bike to have real full integration, full production bike. You can see here inside the stem, it's got special ports, and it's pretty much marked for where the cables have to go, but you can kind of see the brake cable up top here. I actually had to use some window foam to keep that thing quiet because it was rattling around in the frame. Pretty chunky bottom bracket for a 2016 bike. Doesn't look too far from where they're at now. It's amazingly stiff when you get out of the pedals, but I think that has a lot to do with how light this bike is. I mean, this bike right here with pedals is 16.5 pounds. yeah, for an aero bike, that is ridiculously light, you know. And the Trek carbon here is nothing fancy. This is just the 600 series. But this bike's in really, really good shape. The bike definitely holds speed pretty well. Very, very snappy because, again, it's very light. I attribute that to being a rim brake bike. But yeah, not much more to say about it. Just wanted to check in, say hello, kind of get a little up close and personal here with the Trek Madone here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to like and leave them in the comments. And I'll be back soon when I get back to New Jersey.